Hi, this is Kim, Gypsy Wild Art. I am in today. It is November 1st, 2021, and it is Day of the Dead. And so I am going through some things to set up an ancestral altar. And I'm mainly filming this because I thought my family might like to see it. So I'm going to tag you. So these pieces, I believe, were my maternal grandfather, Kenneth Cates. I believe this is his shaving brush, his straight razor. I know that the lighter is his because it's got his name on it. And I believe that one's also his with the music at the bottom. I found some unusual stuff. I'm not sure whose lighter that is. This was also my maternal grandmother's. It's a little perfume bottle. It's a little glass perfume bottle that came with a little kit. So I guess you could decant your own perfume into this and carry it with you. Made in Austria. That's pretty cool. And my uncle Barry, Barry Cates, he actually passed away on my birthday, and this is all I have of his is the ring. I wore it for a year. His name was Jan Barry Cates, so that's the initials on that. I miss him a lot. Okay, anyhow, the little dolls were my paternal grandparents, Don Reith, and Henry. The little dolls were on their wedding cake, and she kept them in a little gilded box with cupids on it. The lid's broken and everything, but it's obviously super old. I don't even know what year they were married, and I'm surprised the little dolls are in such great shape. But you can tell that, well, it's really old. The box is really, really old. Okay, I'll put that back and moving along. She, my grandmother, Donreath Rebecca, or Donreath Smothers Watts is what her initials were after being married. All of these were hers, the handwriting method. Now, I find this incredibly ironic, that she got awards for writing in cursive, and you could not read a damn thing she wrote. You just couldn't. It was impossible. It was very difficult to read her handwriting. So there's Donnie and Henry, and I guess she works at Belk's. I know my other grandmother did. Edna Cates worked at Tallheimer's and Heck Brothers for years. I was unaware that my grandmother, Donnie, worked at Belk's, but she must have, because I found this in all her stuff. Also, I guess my grandfather was a Shriner. I don't know if this is Shriners or Masons. I need to look it up. There's quite a few pieces here. There's a ring that is broken and seen better days, and some tie clips, quite a few tie clips, and all those kind of little things. I didn't find any of the Coca-Cola memorabilia stuff. My grandfather, Henry, Little Watts, worked for the Coca-Cola company for many years, and so there were like lots of little gold pieces that had Coca-Cola bottles on them. I must have those stored somewhere else. So this is also my grandfather's, and this is really cool. That's him. That's a picture of him in this little bracelet that my grandmother wore. So that's kind of cool. And then my dad, as a child, is on the other side. And there you go. Kind of looks like my brother's boy, Barrett, in that picture. Anyhow, so since it's Day of the Dead, you're not supposed to show living people in pictures in your Day of the Dead altars. But this is the only picture I have of my grandfather right now, and I really wanted to put it on the altar. So I'm just going to do it face up like that. Then another little cool thing was this. I guess it's more Shriner stuff. And I have no idea what that is supposed to say. Yeah. Plat front 14K. Oh, 14 karat. It must be 14 karat gold. Okay. That's all I know about that. Let's see, what else? My paternal great-grandmother, Maud Smothers. This is her hair piece, and her, this might have been, this may be hers, or it might have been Don Reese. I think this one might have been Don Reese. I found a lot of this stuff together. I do know that this was my great-grandmother's watch, however, and she wore it on a string, evidently. Then, what else did I find? I found a skeleton key, little teeny tiny pocket knife, and then I have, like, other pocket knives, too. I don't know who they belong to. I do know, that unless it was engraved, I just really don't know. My grandmother smoked for many years, so I have her lighter, and I think that's her watch. My great-grandmother, Maud Smothers, I opened up this locket, and there was actually a picture of her in it. It's a really not a great picture, but there's a picture of her. The ruby ring was hers. I believe that was her birthstone. And there's also one of her earrings here. I think that might be my father's class ring. And so anything that's not belonging to a person no longer living, I probably should remove from here. This one, it was engraved, but it's so worn off that I'm not sure of the initials. Maybe Jasper Smothers, that might have been his. And there was also some really cool little baby rings. My grandmother tied everything together, I guess, just to keep from losing it. And this is her original ribbon that she tied it all with. So where are the baby rings? There they are. Children's rings. They're teeny tiny. Teeny tiny rings with W's on them for watts. This is her tatting shuttle, which is pretty cool. I also found somebody's driving award. I'm not sure whose. 11 years with no accident. And some other stuff. Oh, there was this, and I have no idea who that is. It was in with the stuff from my paternal grandmother. This was all her stuff. There's like a broken child's bracelet here and another ring. It's engraved. I can't tell whose it is, though. It might be a wedding band. I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to get a loop and look at that. And then some other things, too. My grandmother worked at Old Salem for many years, and so she's got a little thing here with a love feast bun and for the candle tea. In the Moravian tradition, they around Christmas time, they had candle teas where they'd serve love feast buns, and everybody carried candles with red crepe around the bottom, beeswax candles, and they served coffee and buns in church, if I recall correctly. So that was kind of cool. And then, like, a weird random piece. This came from an old toy wind-up Indian that you wind him up and he skittles across the floor. And this is like a piece. And somewhere in my house, I have the Indian. And so now I can put him back together. And then also things like Henry and Donnie. That goes back over here with their stuff. So I just thought I'd give an overview of kind of setting up my ancestral altar. Not all of these things are going to go in there, or I may just put them back in the box, or and display the whole box, or try to keep patriarchal and matriarchal family lines separate. You know, just for my own sake. But I was doing this and thought I'd pop in and A, show my family, and B, have a record for myself of all the goodies. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know my grandfather was a Shriner. I'm going to look that up a little bit because it looks like a mace. It looks like the Mason seal, and there's, you know, they all had that cult thing going on, the Shriners and the Masons and all that. I don't know which one he belonged to, but I am reading Dan Brown's Lost Symbol right now, which is talking all about the Masons. So that's kind of interesting. All right. Well, this is my collection. Perhaps you're honoring your ancestors today. It was nice to sit here and go through their things and think about them. And lots and lots of loves, thousands of loves came together to make you, and you are running through their DNA. So maybe you sit down and honor your relatives, your ancestors today. Ask for their guidance. They're there to help. And remember them. Think about them. All right, I'm going to leave you on that one. Maybe my father will pop in and tell me who that person right there is. All right, thanks for stopping by.